are as a woman. So I was thrilled to talk about this because I haven't always embraced who I am as a woman. You know, as life progresses and life goes on, you go through things, situations happen, shortcomings, downfalls, just different things, that are thrown your way. You seem to kind of suppress or you disregard who you are as an individual. But I want all of you guys to leave here today edified and, with the understanding that, for one, God loves every single piece of you, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Okay, so I want you guys to leave here edified. I don't have any steps or anything. I just, going to speak from the heart to you guys about just my experiences. And like I said, what she told me, what I was going to be talking about, I'm like, I've not always owned it. I've not always, embraced who I am as a woman, but God. So, basically, I will start with this fear. So fear is a big handicap just for anyone. So whenever we're coming into, or whenever we're, becoming the person that we're supposed to be, as life goes on, you always have in the back of your head, how will this person or how will this crowd accept me? You get what I'm saying? It's like the opinions of others or the fear of not being accepted, that kind of mutes us, and that makes us, like I said, suppress just different things that we're supposed to come to the forefront about. Because God has placed a purpose in each and every one of us, I believe. So when we start suppressing, or like just those little intricate details or those things that may excite you on the inside, but you may think, nobody's gonna like that, or nobody's gonna appreciate that part of me. But that is what God is wanting you to come to the forefront with, because if you don't reach the masses, you may just reach one person that, may have a kindred spirit, or who may need to see that example of you just coming forward with whatever it is that He's placed in you. So I do believe that fear is a handicap, and literally, I just broke up with fear. We had a long-term relationship. I literally just broke up with fear like a month ago, okay? So Living 100 Proof, I did birth that, and I'll tell you guys a little about that. So basically, Living 100 Proof is encouraging you guys to basically be yourself 100%. Don't water it down for anyone, anybody, anything. So when I birthed Living 100 Proof, it was really out of a place of, you know how we put on outwardly, we want to look like we have it all together. We want to look like everything's polished. We want to look like life is good, life is great. We want to look unbothered. I'll get into that as well. Unbothered is what I have on. This is my shirt, my brand. But we want to look like we have it all together. And inside, we are a whole mess. Not a half a whole mess, but a whole mess. And God was just really dealing with me on that. And He's like, well, what about that broken little girl who has daddy issues? We need to address that. Or what about that broken-hearted young woman who is afraid to love again because, these relationships were unsuccessful? So I believe in sharing those things, not being afraid to say, hey, I missed the mark right here, but here's how God brought me out of that thing. I believe through transparency and through authenticity, that's how we reach. That's how we can connect with people. Because if I come in here, go into work every day, I'm looking like, nothing ever bothers me. People are going to look at me like I'm Superwoman. I'm not accessible. And at the end of the day, we all struggle, we all go through. So I want you guys to leave here edified and, encouraged, because we all fall short. We all make mistakes, but God will use that very same mistake, that broken piece, to make your masterpiece. So don't ever think that He can't use you for the edification of Him and, to better you. Because in the Bible, I believe we're all churchgoers here. If not, get into your word, go to church. But countless times in the Bible, God uses the person that we think probably would Saul, for instance. He was a Christian killer. He's going around killing the very same people that, are praying to God, or, who are followers of Christ. So He used the very same person that someone on the outside looking in like, he's nothing. God would never use that person, but that broken piece or that broken man, He still turned around and used him to pull out so many people from just so many different things. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever let a situation or circumstance hinder you from moving forward or being who God has called you to be to, or use me as a vessel to help that person kind of, figure that thing out. And sometimes that's what we need, is an accountability partner. Someone who's in our ear saying, hey, you're looking at it this way, but let's try to approach it this way. You may need a helping hand or some encouraging words. So that's what I aim to do as a life coach, basically, for people who just need that extra push and that encouragement. So through the life coaching avenue of Living 100 Proof, I want to do that. But I wanted to speak about ownership. So when she told me about owning it, so this is interactive. I want you guys to speak, to me and with me. Now, how many people do I have who own a house in here? Anyone own a house? You're not? Okay, got you. Not many. How many people own a car? Okay, many of us. I'm 26. I don't own a house just yet. Give me some time. I'm waiting on the millions to roll through. I'm getting there. So when you went to purchase your car from the dealership, did you or did you not have the option to only own or only purchase what was fully or 100% functional in that car? So did you go in there saying, okay, give me the car? And it may not have been a 2019, it may not have been fresh off the lot, so everything is not new. So when you went in to buy this car, did you say, well, all right, the tires look they don't look too new right there, so you can hold off on the tires. Just give me everything in this car that's fully functional, 100% perfect. Like, did you have that option? Like, could you break the car down? And no. So when it comes to owning and embracing who we are, we don't have to dismiss those broken parts, and we don't have to discard those broken things, because just like you did when you purchased your car, you're taking that whole thing, you owning it, 100% of it. So when it comes to you walking as an individual, as a woman, as a leader, or whatever it is that you're doing in life, you can't just disregard those broken places. You can't disregard those places where you may have fallen short. You can't just disregard because you may not be where you think you need to be at that moment. God is saying, listen, I love every single part of you, every intricate detail. I did that. So if you come around and understand just how much I love you, just how much I can use those things that you think people are going to shun you for, or just different things you may not want to share, if you can come around and actually understand that I can use that for your good. And in life, it's not about just walking through and being perfect. However, it's about using those life lessons, because I'll tell you this, went to college, didn't graduate. I conceived my daughter my senior year of college. I'm a mother of two now, so I have a 7-month-old. Lord, bless me and keep me, please. But yeah, so I did not finish college, and that was really, I guess, insecure about that, because that was really a goal of mine. I wanted to finish, but it was just, I was overwhelmed when I had her. It was just a lot of things going on, so it kind of, stopped that. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you didn't finish this one thing. You may not have been successful, in this avenue, but look at what I'm doing now. You get what I'm saying? Like, look at where I've brought you from. So don't be afraid to use those life experiences to propel you forward. Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you have a ministry within yourself, even if it's not reaching 1 million or masses, even if it's reaching one person. But if God has put that person or placed that person, in your area, in your arena, then you need to do that, and you need to do it full force. I believe we are all supposed to reach at least one person, and if my obedience is connected to somebody else's destiny, then who am I to shut that down, or who am I to say, no, God, I'm not going to talk about this stuff because it's just so embarrassing to me? But there's a young lady out there that's gonna went through the same thing that you went through, and she may need that extra push. You get what I'm saying? She may need that transparency, or she may need you to step out and say, hey, yeah, girl, I had a child when I was pregnant in college. I didn't finish, but hey, look where I am now. Your life is not over. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage you guys to be edified and to understand that no matter what you do, nothing can separate you from the love of God, first and foremost. And when you understand just how much He loves you, the opinions of others, or you're not going to be fearful of stepping out. Like I said, long-term relationship with fear, it's been ongoing since a child. But I encourage you guys to dig deep and to address those hidden issues or those deep-rooted fears and those deep-rooted traumas. And I encourage therapy. I encourage all of that good stuff, because we're never going to be able to fully function in who God has called us to be unless we address those things that are really crippling us. A lot of times we like to suppress and we like to throw it in the back of our heads, because who wants to embrace something that's not too pretty? So we want to look the part. We want to go into these places and you want to present ourselves like we have it all together. Who wants to embrace the not so ugly parts? Nobody. It's not comfortable. But it takes getting uncomfortable to actually fully walk into who God has called you to be, because when you own it, when you embrace yourself, and embrace, what does embrace mean? Can anybody show me physically what embracing looks like? Can anybody show me that? Exactly. Love yourself. We're so hard on ourselves. We have these goals and we have these aspirations and desires, and it's like, okay, we missed the mark. Like, woe is me. Like, I'm over myself right now. Just throw me away. And no, God is telling us, embrace yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't just throw away those hidden desires because you feel like you failed. At the end of the day, those failures will propel you forward, and it is really just building blocks to where you're going. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to just keep going. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. It's an act of affection. So a lot of times we're not out here, we're not loving ourselves. We can love everybody else but us. So, when I came up with, well, person, whether it be hater, no circumstance, no nothing is going to be able to shake me or is going to be able to deter me from what God has planned for me, then I'm unbothered. Even if you guys don't leave with a shirt, I am selling the unbothered shirts, and I'll have my business cards over there for you guys as well. But the narrative, I just wanted to change the narrative of that. Like, I'm not going to let anything bother me or take me off of the course that I know God has planned for me. So that could be my finances. Yeah, I may be broke right now, but I'm unbothered, because guess what? I know that God's going to provide. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I may have a naysayer here or there, but guess what? I know what God feels about me. I know what He says about me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm unbothered in that regard. So I wanted to change the narrative on that to just mean that no outside force or anything that's trying to sway you from being your full self, your confident self, it's not gonna be able to penetrate your heartstrings, because you're unbothered, literally. So just encourage everybody to not water themselves down, or to not worry about what a person is gonna think, because God has put those deep-rooted desires in us as a child that we may feel like, oh, nobody's gonna like that or accept that. Go for it, because I'm telling you, God is gonna cultivate you, and He's gonna use everything that you've been through, all of those mistakes, all of those failures, those lessons. They are going to turn around for you for your good. So I just want you guys to be encouraged, to be edified, and I wanted you to really understand the heartbeat behind living 100 proof, and just, embrace yourself, love yourself. So do me a favor, everybody, embrace yourself right now. Give yourself a big old hug. I love me. I love me, and I'm unbothered about it. I don't care who takes offense. And you got to do this too. Last point before I give it over to this beautiful young lady. But last point. Now,